Welcome to the Racer X Motocross Show on AllySports.com. Paul Lindsay, Jason Weigandt here for your wrap-up. And for those of you who watched our pre-show yesterday on Friday, we were in a rush. I had to go to a TV meeting, so we got the show done in a few minutes. And then about 2 hours later, Paul Lindsay sends me a text and says, "Oh, I forgot to mention Dungey."
Yeah.
You could have looked really smart.
Well, if I had said it, but I had him programmed in my brain and in my pre-show notes, but like you said, we kind of rushed through it. And you got to think the guy that won here in Texas in the heat last year in the 250s, goes on to win the national championship, wins the 450 title, has an off weekend at Hangtown, bet your money he's going to be back here in Texas.
Let's get to the highlights of the 450 class. First moto of the day, Geico Power Sports has their 250s and 450s running well. Brett Metcalf going to get the whole shot here on his big bike.
Yeah, after a great race at Hangtown, Metty wanted to put that thing up front, running the Camelback, not scared to run the Camelback in the heat, Alessi style.
And Dungey got a good look at that. Dungey was behind him, but took a long time. 5, 6, 7 laps plugging away, trying to get around, and eventually made that pass. And then unfortunately, Metcalf must have used a lot of energy holding Dungey off.
Like we talked about with Tomac, even Metcalf, who's a gnarly trainer, is not immune to this heat, and he put the big fade on, unfortunately, all the way back to 7th.
Meanwhile, working his way through traffic would be Ben Townley and Chad Reed. Townley would take over second. Reed was way back early on, but second half of the moto, he was on it.
Yeah, Dungey got out front and basically was checking out. Alessi down farther back in the moto, trying to work his way up, an off day for Alessi as well.
Yeah, Alessi fell while battling for 10th, and he ended up 12th in the moto. Josh Grant would have to work his way through the back, so a lot of the favorites struggling today. Also a Davey Millsaps, and you won't even see Andrew Short. They couldn't get the bike ready for the moto.
Unbelievable. Another crazy thing to add to this crazy day. A factory Honda bike wouldn't start.
Yeah, so no Short in the first moto. So we thought it was pretty much set that it would be Dungey, Townley, Reed, 1, 2, 3, but Reed just kept coming. Not only did he blow by Metcalf, but then he blew by Townley late in the race.
Yeah, Tommy Hahn was up there early too. Josh Grant trying to fight his way back, and Reed just doing his thing, working his way to the front. The heat didn't seem to affect him.
No, so Dungey wins, Reed takes second, setting up a nice showdown for the overall Moto 2, and Townley will take third. Welcome back to the podium for BT. Moto number 2, start a carbon copy of Moto number 1. Brett Metcalf gets the start. Ben Townley didn't, though.
No, Ben Townley down hard, holding his back, but would fight back through the pack valiantly like we know BT 101 does.
Yeah, get around the top 15 just to salvage some points by the time it was over. So Metcalf's going to lead again, but this time Andrew Short's actually in the race. They got the bike going. And for a few laps, Short was moving up to second and looking to take the lead.
Looked like he wanted to make amends here, the hometown race, getting up front and putting the pass on those guys, getting up on Metcalf, looked like he was going to go to the lead.
But it didn't last. He started to go backwards. The next guy in the charge is Alessi. He would get around Short and Dungey and Metcalf. And Alessi looking to make amends on a tough first moto, but then he would crash. And then when he crashed, Metcalf had to go around him. That slowed Metcalf up, and next thing you know, Ryan Dungey emerges with the lead and checks out again.
Dungey gets out front, again, looks like he is immune to this heat, and he was gone.
Now we're waiting for Chad Reed to put in a charge like he did in the first moto, but we had to wait a long time. He had to deal with Regal and Short. Alessi, it was tough.
Yeah, and Metcalf holding solid this time, stayed up there in second for a long, long time, and as you mentioned, Regal having a great race here in the hometown race as well.
Yeah, at one point Reed passes Regal, and then believe it or not, Regal goes back past Chad Reed, and then goes after Andrew Short, makes the pass on Short, starts going after Metcalf. Unbelievable for Regal.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Regal is back up into second, and on the last lap, Reed has to pressure in third, pressuring Regal for second.
Yeah, exactly, and Regal would hold on. So the checkered flag comes out. Ryan Dungey goes 1-1 in the day. That part of the overall is easy. But Kyle Regal, what a performance to finish second in the moto, passing Chad Reed and holding him all the way to the end.
It was pretty good. I battled with a lot of them last year, and I expected the same. Even if I'm on my own or on a factory team, I expect to be up there. So I don't know, just ride my own race, do the best I can, and the results will show. Really, I was up there from the start. I made a couple quick passes and then I rode my race. As soon as Chad got around me, I found a couple new lines and just moved forward after that. I just had a couple good lines, especially through the whoops, and I don't know, just paid off towards the end of the moto, kind of just rode my own race and then never looked back, really, just stayed focused.
Feels awesome. It was, I wouldn't say it was a rough day, but just, you know, something was missing today. I kind of chased a few things myself and just had to be real smart. You know, the younger guys just killed it at the beginning, and I just had to try to, you know, just maintain a good pace and be there at the end. So it wasn't the weekend or the race that I really wanted to race, but I learned a lot today about, you know, a few little things that I felt that, you know, are going to be key for the next race. And so it was good. You know, I think it was a great race. The second moto more than the first one. I think the first one, you know, I came from a long way back, but it was so wide open, and the track was gnarly in the second one, so it was fun. Being around the block a couple of times, and you know, like you said, I've got a few titles, and you know, you win titles by being smart, and today was one of those days. You know, I didn't have what it took to win, and you know, so I had to take the next best thing. You know, to try to maintain that red plate, try to make some points on you know, the guys closest to you. You know, Ryan was back today. He rode really, really well. Congrats to him. And you know, I feel like it's going to be a championship that's going to come down to you know, battling with Ryan, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, I missed that in Supercross, and I think the first race was a whitewash for him, and I know what it's like to win a title for the very first time, and people are pulling you 1,000 different directions, and you just never get time to, you know, to think about, you know, what you got to do in 2 weeks' time. So you know, it's good to see him up to pace today and put a solid 1-1, and keeps the motivation for me. You know, I want to step it up and battle with him.
Well, definitely in the front is where I want to be. You know, I don't want to be battling for third, fourth, fifth, and etc. You know, I think you know, I put in a lot of work, and that's where I need to position myself. You know, get good starts, and which we were able to do this weekend. And I think, you know, too, it's going to be a long season. You know, there's a lot of guys out there. We're all right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know, it's the list of, you know, talent in our class is deep. So getting us good starts critical. And but today was good. You know, got off to good starts and was able to open up a little bit of a lead here and there. And I really got to give it up for my team. You know, all the Rockstar Makita Suzuki guys. We worked together and put in a hard effort. You know, we came together on some things after practice and made the bike better here and there. So that was good, and just try to carry the momentum from here on out. Well, you know, wrapping up the Supercross title, it was a weird deal. You know, what happened in St. Louis, I really wanted to keep at it, and obviously, you know, we had our test schedule laid out, and, you know, no excuses at all. You know, I had plenty of time to get ready, and just a couple false errors, and, you know, but we got back on track. You know, today was, like I said, was what I was looking for, and that's what I expect from myself, you know, and I think everybody else does too. So to be up here, to win my first overall is a big step in the right direction in the outdoors, and just really looking forward to this season. The races, being on the 450 and going to the tracks to come, so that'll be fun.
Well, going into this 450 series, we thought the showdown might be between the guys that had the most championships out of the group, and that would be Ryan Dungey and Chad Reed. And then it all broke loose at Hangtown. Are we back where we thought we would start, Reed versus Dungey?
Well, I think so. Those are obviously the two odds-on favorites, but don't count out Alessi. Certainly don't count out Townley. Shorty had a really rough day today.
Yeah, bizarre.
Josh Grant had a tough day today, but this 450 class is just as deep as the 250s. I think it's going to be a great year.
Okay. We'll be back next week at Hangtown, Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. Come join us, our first Eastern stop of the tour. Or, of course, allisports.com for all the coverage right here on the internet. Thanks for joining us in the last 2 rounds, man.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I love it. Except for the heat again. I'm going to whine about the heat every time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm feeling the same way myself. He's Paul Lindsay. I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week at High Point.